We're probably down to the last 22 players. Better Gorst won the one pocket. Jayson Filler wins the bank pool. We're now playing races to 9 and 9 ball. And the big race for the master of the table is between Gorst and Filler. Shane is out of the running. He was taken out in round 7. Joey Ryan and George Teacha bringing you the live action right here for you from Derby City.
George, that was great. You're doing the intro every time now.
You gave me all day to practice.
Yeah, guys, let us know if you can hear us and see us okay. I think the score may be 1-0 Alex, but I'm trying to get verification on that. So let me give him a point here, and then I'll share the scoreboard with you just in case I dog it.
Okay. I'm going to keep the score
2-0
by hand.
2-0.
It's 2-0. Jayson or Alex? Alex was breaking, so okay, 2-0. Perfect. This is a race to 9. Playing 9 ball. No jump cues, folks. And it looks like he's got a shot on the 1.
He's got a kick.
He can't see the 1 at all.
No.
That's the 2. And kick he does, and it's going to line up for the side pocket. I never called it sell out, Joey. It lined up for the side. Look who just came in the door here. Hello, Chris Adams.
What's up, George? What's up, Joey?
Hey, what's up, Chris?
I just got a message, and here I am.
Here you are. And both players have their buyback. So there is actually, I think it's 9 players with a buyback. Shaw, Alex, Patsura, Oy, Mora, Pijas, Filler, Feder, and Davladze.
Not sure what's happening here, George. My score is updated on the scoreboard. Let me go and fix that. Oh, I know what happened.
Know how long they're going to play tonight? Because
they're going to play it all, they said. They were going to finish it tonight. This is the final day. This is 9th round.
Can't imagine they're going to finish it.
That would play till 7 or 8 in the morning.
Okay, I got the scoreboard working, boys. We're in business.
All right.
It all depends on how long these matches takes. I just noticed, I saw a match go quite a ways between Raymond Lenarz and who did he just play? I can't remember.
Well, Jayson
Raymond Lenarz.
He was playing the carom, huh?
Yeah, he was playing the carom and missed it by just barely missed it.
Raymond played Joshua Filler. How did that end up, George?
That's just started.
Oh, okay.
That's starting right now. He didn't play him. He just played. So he defeated Sergio Rivas. That's who it was. That match took close to 2 hours.
There's some great matches going on right now. You have this match. You have Thorsten Holman and Can Salim, Chris Reinhold and Vitali, Naoki Oy and Roland Garcia on the Akistad's table, John Mora, Alex Montpellier, Pius Labutis and Levan Corteza, Feder Gorst and Misko Fortunsky.
Wow.
I mean, it's a who's who.
Is still in?
I'm sorry? Who?
Shane.
No, Shane was knocked out in the 7th round by Konrad Yashushin.
Okay.
And Pia Filler and Christina Tkach both were knocked out in the 8th round.
Were they? I assume they were the last ladies standing.
Well, I think they were the only ladies playing, weren't they? Were there others?
I think there were a few others in the events, but probably not. So
this has been a heck of a day for matches. They've seen some very, very good ones. The Feder Al-Qaeda match was a great one. It went hill. It started out with Feder winning. They both exchanged games. And then Feder wins 3 in a row. Al-Qaeda comes back with 4 in a row. Feder wins 1. Al-Qaeda wins 3 in a row and gets on the hill. Gets back to the table and closes it out with 4 racks in a row.
Holy cow.
That was a heck of a match.
Oh, sorry about that. My thumbnail popped up. That's one thing I was able to do today while Melina was live with Emily Fraser. Or actually, he wasn't live. He was recording it.
Exactly. I didn't see it. I was looking for it.
Yeah, I did create some thumbnails for my playlist.
Oh.
So if people want to go back on YouTube and check out the playlist, you know, George, just you and I did most of these matches. Chris did a bunch of them with us. But going back and just reviewing things, we covered some great matches with some great players. It was a lot of fun.
Did. Yeah, but look at the jump that Alex has put on Jayson here.
Yeah, it's surprising.
3-0.
Yeah.
He's up 3-0 on Jayson Shaw. And the reason I kind of pointed out with a little bit of excitement is because for Alex, it's hard to get those back unless you get to the table and don't give it up. If you let him back to the table, you're not getting seconds.
Yeah. Let me mark up a score there. I have Alex at 3. Okay, let me refresh.
Yeah, I'm still calling.
One ball right to the side pocket, an open shot, and just got bumped by the 3 for a straight-in shot on the 2 ball.
He's looking real good here. Only problem appears to be the 5-7, but with the position of the 4 ball, if he leaves himself an angle, he can kind of stun back off that rail with a little draw and shoot the 5 on the side.
Mm-hmm. Alex is, one of the best players, one of the top players in the world. He should be able to maneuver from the 4 to the 5.
Do you think he's going to play the 5 in the left-hand side or the right-hand side?
I think he might move the 5 right here. No, he came all the way pure 4. So now he's going to come. Oh, see, this is tight. He's got to go between the 6 and the 5 to get back to where he's standing. I think that's
What if he drew it? What if he drew it around 3 rails?
Yes. He could, and he could also just beat the 6 and beat the side pocket and be perfect. But that's a good call, Chris. It'd be flirting with the corner pocket, though.
Oh,
there you
look
go.
at this shot.
Chris called it perfect. But look at the speed. Hello.
Big problem.
That's why I liked it the other way.
Yeah.
Guys, for some reason, the score's not updating for me.
I'll keep it manually.
On my scoreboard, it's showing 3-0 Alex. And then on the overlay, it's showing 3-0 on the overlay I have, but not on the match here. So,
What's it showing on the match?
Well, on the screen, it's showing 2-0, but on the overlay that I'm connected to, it's showing 3-0. So the score is 3-0
already. Okay, yeah. I thought there was a score already when we joined. Missed it. He's playing safe all the way.
Safe.
He's left it open.
Will Jayson take this on and try to cut this ball, or will he play safe? Pretty easy safe here.
It's going to be quick, whatever he does.
It's not going to get safe if it keeps going. Oh, it didn't. It didn't leak. It stayed. He might be able to hit this. It's close.
He can. It looks like he can get to that top rail up there to kick it, or he could throw a curveball here, the old number 2.
The split finger curveball or the roundhouse?
No, he's lining up like he can hit it, guys.
Yes, he is. Yeah, he looks
He
like
might be able to hit the center of the ball, actually.
Is he going to stick him behind the 9, or can he see the whole ball? He can see the whole ball, and he overcut it, so he could see a lot of it.
Wow.
Well, look at this. Look at the 6. Oh,
he's
never mind.
All right, I got a solution here for this issue we're having, so stand by 1 second.
We're having issues?
Yeah, the scoreboard.
Well, Jayson looking good to cut into that score, and we'll take a look at his break.
Do you go straight up, or you draw this ball 2 rails?
2 rails. It's easier. It just lays nice.
Yeah.
Just get to the center of the table.
Great shot.
And 3-1. Or with Jayson racking 1-3. Race to 9. I don't know if I said it, but there is no jump cues.
You did.
These guys, well, Alex doesn't use one very often. Jason's pretty handy with a jump cue, though.
I don't know if Alex is tall enough to use a jump cue.
Oh boy. Let's do this.
I'm just kidding. You guys know that. Everybody
Okay,
knows.
I thought it. I didn't say it, though.
Yeah. You know what's funny is yesterday we were talking about, if you guys remember, using the extension, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I play with my extension, I told somebody, I wonder if that's what it's like when you're a shorter individual and your cue is almost as, like for Alex per se. I'm not picking on him, but I'm just using him as an example. And whereas Q is literally, if you ever see him in a lot of pictures, Q is as tall as he is, right?
Yeah.
Well, when I'm playing with my extension, my Q is as tall as I am. And I liked, we talked about that yesterday. I like the way it plays.
Mm-hmm. It seems to balance in your hands a little better. And I like the added weight also. I normally play with a very light cue. My cue's like 18.3, 18.4. And when I put that extension on, I gain about an ounce. And it feels better. It just feels better. And I'm like you, Chris. I may start playing with it full time.
All right, guys, we fixed the score. Score's 3-1. We're going to stay updated on it, okay?
Awesome.
Good job, Joey.
Oh, I didn't even open the score, Joey.
That's okay. I got it, George. Don't worry.
Okay. Because I'll do it manually, and I'll be Johnny on the spot with that. Because the way I do it is I keep it, over here.
I can see it, George.
You can see it?
Yeah.
And that way I can tell how the games go, who does what. If it's a break and run, I usuly circle it. And I can kind of...
I don't know if you could see it, Joey, but he looked like a football playbook.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Can you see it now, Joey? Can
Hold
you
on.
see my...
Oh, yeah. Old school pen and paper. I love it.
Yeah. You can always refer to it back. Just like when I described Federer and Al-Qaeda's match.
What do you think about that push, Joey?
Well, I think he's going to be shooting again, for one thing. But I think he feels pretty comfortable with this. A lot of things can go right here for Alex on this if he makes a good hit. He could pocket the one. He could get safe from this.
He's going straight at it.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. He didn't leave a whole lot.
Oh, wow.
Unless the 9 goes in the corner here.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Jayson might take a look at that.
I don't think you can cut it enough.
You could draw. If that angle's there and you don't really have to cut the 1, you could draw back and leave the cue ball behind the 4.
I can see him just...
I think he's just going to cinch it here.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
But you know what I mean? With the position of the 4 and 5, that whole cluster of balls, if you did get a chance to play the 9 and leave him safe, that would have been a good opportunity there. You should always look for that in a rack when you see balls tied up later in the rack and you have a chance for an early 9.
2 rails, 1 rail, Joey.
I think 2.
2 rails, the ball's bigger.
No, he went 1.
He did win 1.
Yeah, let's see. Brian Bridge. Yes, I did get your email address. I did get your email. For folks that won the trivia prizes at the end of the event, we're going to get with Jay Flowers, and then we're going to get that out to you. So just give us about a week or so, kind of compile all that, and there you go.
Jason's looking at this 3-9. He also has a big pocket in the side for the bank on the 1.
Looks like he's going forward with the cue ball. Yeah. Nice shot.
Now, I wonder if he'll try to get to the right of the 3 to play the 3-9 combo. Well, he's going to come around that way. Okay. I thought he might hit the long rail, short rail, and try to come between the 8 and the 4.
This is going to be a little dangerous. This would be a little dangerous here.
This is delicate because he could hit the purple and slide right up close to his work.
Yeah, he's got to thread the needle.
He hit it with some speed.
Look at this.
And he didn't thread the needle. There you go.
And now you have to move these balls because ball in hand here, that's a 3-9 all day. Boom, done.
Well, I think even with ball in hand, if he doesn't hit it, Alex is a favorite to run the balls anyways.
Yeah, but he will not. It's like wired, looks like right to the pocket, I would think. He would shoot the combination.
I don't know. I've seen Alex go for some runs where there was a halfway decent combination. He's just that confident in his run out abilities.
It's looking like both these guys still have their buyback.
Yes.
Some folks are asking for the bracket. It's not a traditional bracket, but I will post in here a listing of the matches so you guys can refer to that. It's kind of what we're using here, and it's, you know, not at all times, not every match or every player who's still alive is listed in it.
Yeah, they can go to
What
results.
a shot.
Wow. Nice hit.
Yeah, they can go to results.derbycityclassic.com.
I tell you what, if these racks turn into these types, I think this match heavily favors Alex.
The moving part?
Yep.
Yeah.
He should 2-rail this 3-ball up table. He might just play it 1 rail over to the other long rail and kind of duck the cue ball in there. But I kind of like creating distance and getting the 3-ball 2 rails up table and putting the cue ball down behind that cluster there.
He might just play it off the 8 and put the cue ball up against the 9. But that means that he might possibly make the 8. Or that's a 4, I'm sorry. The one on the right.
Yeah, I know.
By the 3. That's the 4 ball.
Let's see what he does here.
Mm-hmm. He's looking to see if he can slide it off the rail, but I don't think he has that option. It's awfully tight, but he's at the table. He can tell.
It looks like he might be playing the ball.
I wouldn't hesitate to play the ball.
Trying to pocket the 3.
And just follow the cue ball a little bit so he's straight into the corner pocket.
If he can pocket it, he can probably run the cue ball into the 8 right there.
Yeah, he's just gonna.
Oh, the combo.
Yeah, that's what
we all said.
I didn't consider that.
I thought he'd play it softer and run the cue ball down and leave the 3 ball in front of the. But he wants to hit it with speed because when you roll the balls real soft, funny things happen.
Now, I wonder if he can draw into the top side of the 9 here and have the cue ball kind of back up so he plays the 5 in the top right corner.
I think that's exactly what he's doing, Joey.
Just don't want to hit the 9 too full.
Nice shot. Got straight, though. Got dead straight.
Yep. And that means he can't get the cue ball off the rail. But I'm going to watch this close so I can learn how to get the cue ball off the rail if it's possible.
Maybe
I think he's going 2 rails, George.
Yeah, maybe he's got a slight angle where he thinks
like
he can play it forward 2 rails with inside English.
Looks like he's dead straight in, and they're both on the rail almost. That's what it looks like to me.
I mean, the cue ball looks to be about a ½ inch off the rail, and I think the 5's frozen on the rail. Like
there
this.
You go.
What a shot.
Good shot. A little too much juice, actually.
Yeah. It would have been real nice if that walked between those 2 balls and kind of came up towards the 6. So he's got a longer shot here.
Yeah.
I'd say this is the game ball here.
Yeah. Now on this shot, you just cinch it, right? You hit it at the speed, the pocket's going to like it. You hold the cue ball on that side of the table, the 7's right there for you. Shot.
Yeah. Good going. So this'll give him that 3-game lead again if he completes this run out on these 3 balls. If he doesn't, he's going to slap himself silly.
Great shot.
Yeah, he's a favorite to get out from here, I think.
Forward and up, looks like. Mm-hmm. And he closes it out, 4-1, race to 9.
Check out that quick update on the scoreboard.
Alex Pagulayan. Alex is 45 years old. Jayson Shaw is 33. I think Alex has changed cue makers. He used to play with the Carmelli, but the last time I think I asked him about that, he said he changed, and I'm thinking it was, I can't remember who it was. I'm thinking, what comes to mind is Lucasi.
Guys, I just want to thank all the viewers for your support. I want to say that before this weekend on YouTube, we had less than 7,000 subscribers. Now we're up to 8,615, 8615. Amazing just for the last week. Over 51,000.
Nope. Sorry.
51,000 views in the last 48 hours on these videos. So, guys, thanks so much. And if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Even if you're watching this on Facebook, on What Is Open, make sure to go to @Doggin' on YouTube at some point and just hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out a lot, guys.
Awesome.
And it lets you know when they're going to be on. I actually will be running around the house, come by the computer or my phone, and it dings me, and I look over, and it's Joey and Molina Mike doing their podcast.
Yeah, Billy, both these guys have a buyback.
Nice speed on this. How's that for positional play for the object ball? What did I just? Oops,
George, you're watching the wrong screen.
Never mind,
again.
I missed it again. I get the big monitor and I still can't.
George,
I'm dogging it.
Around this time every night, you start sipping on that wine, and I'm worried about you.
Alex pushes out, and George is talking about what great position he played on the object ball.
For you viewers at home, you can't see George, but I can, and he did show me that he was drinking on the job.
Wow. That one went right in the drink there for Jayson Shaw. And you know what? I would not be able to continue running these balls with that magic rack hanging off the rail there. I just couldn't do it.
Well, in some circles, if you have a referee, presiding referee in the arena, and the ball hits that, it's a foul.
I mean, just fix it, Alex. Somebody tell him. Tip him off.
They probably won't call it between each other, but like I said,
I'm going to make you a bet. A cue ball doesn't even go, or an object ball doesn't even go in the vicinity of that rack the rest of this game. The 4, the 5.
There's no reason it should go there.
Yeah.
Unless he misses the 6 by 8 inches.
I think it might go there on this shot. He might place it right there by the rack. That's what I would do. I would put the cue ball right by where the rack's hanging over, kind of. Get a nice little angle, and then just have the cue ball track one rail
there
to be able to shoot the 5 ball in the bottom right hand corner.
He looked at the combo too.
I like laying it on the rail for the side pocket.
Yeah, there's no way he was going to shoot that combo. I know it's lined up pretty good, but why do it when you can just play position like this? I wonder if he'll swing around on this one, boys.
I think he kind of has to because he doesn't want to float it. He wants to hit it solid just like that.
Nice shot. Tell you what, Alex is putting on a clinic so far in this match.
Yeah.
Any Canadians in the chat checking this match out, rooting on your fellow countrymen? Go ahead and share this so the folks in Canada get to see this.
Well, there's 2 Canadians left. You got John Mora and Alex Pagulayan.
You
both with buybacks.
So, Joey, you have 735 on Facebook. Can you see how many's on YouTube as well?
Stand by. Wonder if he'll stay below this 9 ball. I think he will. Shoot it in the top right corner.
It's the easiest thing to do. Just kind of boink and boink. There it goes.
Yeah, just like that.
He's playing pretty good right now.
Well,
we only have 679 watching on YouTube.
Did you see that?
Yeah, we got
You only have how many on YouTube?
679. I'm just kidding when I say only. That's awesome, guys. Thank you.
1,400 plus on those two platforms. That's unbelievable.
Alex is one of these players that as time goes on and in the more pool he plays, the better he's going to play. He just hones himself into dead punch.
I talked to Molina this morning, boys, and man, he's hurting. It's been a true grind for him because what you guys don't know, when I room with Molina, when we go to events, he doesn't really sleep.
I was going to say that. You don't sleep.
No, he wakes up at like 3 in the morning, sees if there is any pool-related news. He'll post a Facebook post, then he'll go back to sleep for an hour, wake up, see what else is going on. So when you stretch that out over 9 days, it's rough.
So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, huh?
I mean, this is beautiful for Alex. Couldn't ask for better.
You really don't have to do much with this.
Nope. Slight draw. Slide over a little bit.
Now, which side does he want to get on for the 6?
I think either one works.
That's a good question.
It's far enough away from the side pocket that he could come back behind it and shoot it in our bottom left-hand corner. But he might just elect to go across the table. It looks like that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want to risk getting on the rail.
Well, if he's straight in here.
Oh, he got perfect.
Yeah.
He can stun out to the right side.
He can stun out.
Just past center. This is
tight.
Is he going to have to go all the way down for the side pocket?
He may.
No, I don't think. I think it has a little angle there, but it looks like he's going to roll forward though.
Yeah, I think he will roll down and shoot it in the side or the corner if he overrolls it. Let's see. Or he could just poke it and slide over on a stun. Nope, he went down.
No,
but look,
he
went too far.
Yeah. No, he got too straight to come over to the right side to play the. And that's what I was trying to say was he's got to be careful not to lay it on the rail whichever side he goes to.
This is a big shot here. It's pretty important. He could go up 6-1.
He's shooting it to the bottom left, but I would always. I think my preference is the bottom right.
Well, for him, the bottom right is what they call a blind shot, right? Where the bottom left is a little more natural. Maybe it has something to do with you being left-handed, Chris.
Well, the one thing about that, especially on newer cloth, is the pocket is bigger by using the rail because you can hit a couple inches above it and still make the ball.
Well, he hit it good either way.
Yes, he did.
He hit it really good.
And the score is now 6-1. Alex Pagulayan over Jayson Shaw.
Who would have thought that this score line with these two players at this stage?
Well, you figure, it's far from over. A 5-game lead against Jayson Shaw. I mean, he gets to the table and he can close that gap real quick.
You're absolutely right. He's probably as good as anyone, right? So in terms of players where a lead isn't safe, Jayson Shaw's got to be
the
epitome of that.
There's no safe lead. And a good example would be Federer, Gorst, and the Al-Qaeda match. You know, Al-Qaeda was Hill 5, and Federer beat him 9-8.
Yeah, guys, I'm posting in a link right now. And if you can, copy this link and paste it somewhere. Because this was Pool Player Podcast, Episode 5 with Alex Pagulayan. And it was one of my favorite episodes. He shares a lot of great knowledge, some good stories. It was great.
Oh, you think he got? I think he left a window here.
Yes, he
Yeah,
did.
he did. He was trying to come up against the 6. He wanted to play it tight. Now, when you have balls in the middle of the table like the 6-7 are, and you try to go up against them, I'm going to say 95% of the time it leaks out when they're that far away from a rail.
That little
That's a great
force follow there was a nice stroke.
Well, this is called Closing the Gap by Jayson Shaw. Let's see how long his book is. Is it 2 pages or 10?
Just drag it up on the high side. Yeah.
Just like that. For Jayson, this was just what the doctor ordered to kind of get back into this thing. Nice layout here. He can just kind of get in a good little groove and then hope to break well this next rack and start putting a few of these together.
You know, he might have to come around 3 rails or 1 rail.
He's going to play it in the side and come straight around.
2 rails.
Yeah, it's like that. Just back to the center of the table.
Nice.
Let it stroke out a little bit. Says I've been sitting for a while. Let's oil this arm up a little bit.
All right.
And
Jayson gets the 2.
2 to 6. Racing to 9. And this shot is worth $100. This match is worth $100.
Is that right?
Yeah, because if they lose, they're going to go buy back. It's going to cost them $100.
Oh, okay.
George. Oh, you're good.
We're not quite sure how many total rounds because of the buybacks and how long it's going to take and who beats who, right? So if a player who doesn't have a buyback left loses in this round, they're out. The field gets trimmed. But if the other player wins and now that guy uses his buyback, so this could just keep extending. But what do you guys think? Is it like 14, 15 rounds typically?
Well, the schedule called for 10 rounds in the finals. Listen to this. This is how many players they had. The schedule was round 7 at 1:30, round 8, 3 p.m., hour and a half, right? Round 9, round 10, finals at 8 p.m. Yeah, right, 8 p.m. in the morning. Look at Jason's break.
Generally, the events will go 12 to 14 rounds, somewhere in that range.
Well, this is round 9.
I don't think he has an offensive shot on the 2 ball here. Looks like the 6 might be covering it up just enough, and by his body language, it kind of tells me that he doesn't really have a good shot on the 2.
Would you push out, Joey? You know what I like doing? As I look at this, I think I would kick the 2 ball and try to hit just the left side of the 2 and stay behind the 5 with the cue. I'd hit it medium speed and risk not hitting a rail if the cue ball doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know, George, because if you look at the position of that 4 ball, it's hung in that corner, right? So if you don't get him behind the 5 or behind the 8-9, when you create the separation there, a carom's in play, a combination's in play. So
he must make it.
He must be able to see part of it.
He could be looking to bank the 2 into the 4, and he's looking right now if the cue ball's going to hit the 5. And if it might scratch across table here, coming off that 5. But if he does elect to bank the 2 down by the 4, maybe into the 4, and he hits the 5 might get in the way.
Well, he's going to have 2 balls that can double kiss the cue ball. Yeah. He's got to clear both balls out of the way.
Yep.
Because the kiss is close right now.
It looks like he can see about half of the 2 ball. And he would need to see more of that 2 ball, I think, in order to pocket it. He's really looking at where this cue ball will go after coming off the top of the 2 with it.
It looks like
He hit the
Hit the
6.
six. Hit the 6 first.
Even I saw that one.
Yeah, you know something? Now I really like my slow kick shot.
That's funny. It's like every once in a while somebody will post one of these super slow-mo videos and say, is it good or bad? And I saw one recently. I forget who posted it. But they were like, make the call, good or bad. And it was completely obvious. It was bad. It wasn't even close. But it was just funny how, some people took it serious and they were like, bad. It was bad.
I'm kind of surprised Alex didn't drag the cue ball off the long rail right between the 8 and the 9. That he kept it up above him. Above it.
Yeah, he's in real good shape here.
Yeah, he is.
yeah.
He's got the road map, 4 to the 5, 5 to the 6. And then
Draw it up near the side pocket here.
yeah, that's what I like. And then I like leaving that nice angle on the 6. He did get tree topped a little bit. But you just putt this ball in, leave a little angle, and then you can pocket the 6 and come between the 8 and 9 and shoot the 8 in the right side.
I don't know if he can reach it, Joey, without maybe an extension and a bridge.
And that's what he's going for.
Yeah,
Just
I
the
mean,
extension.
a normal size person would be able to reach this, but Alex, he's probably all of like 5'1", maybe. Makes it a lot more challenging.
I thought he reached back for looking for an extension, but he's going to use the bridge instead.
Yeah, I think he's just going to have to take his medicine here and just roll this ball in. He may try to just stop it right there on the rail.
I think he wants to get it off the rail, and he did. That's perfect. About as good as he could do from there.
Yeah, Alex is playing really well.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
You're gonna shoot the 8 in the side or down in the right hand corner?
I would shoot it in the side. It's just
I would shoot it in the corner. He'll probably shoot it in the side, but I would shoot it in the corner. I like the middle of the table here.
He's still in the corner too, George.
Yeah, like I said, I like the middle of the table because I kind of base a lot of my game to get to the middle of the table, and when I start going past the ball like the 9, I end up getting behind things like that. So and plus I hate side pockets.
Eric in the chat gave me a hard time when I said a normal sized human. I didn't mean any offense to that, of course.
You see, earlier I made sure to point out that I wasn't picking on Alex. You'd said normal size human. So,
well, the funny thing about this is Alex would kid right along with it. If he was in the chat with us, he'd be cracking up too, and he'd probably take a dig at one of us. So whoever said the comment.
Hey, if you can't have fun sitting at home watching free pool on Saturday night, that means you got nothing else better going on. You're going to have some fun. You got to have a little fun.
I actually watched a little bit of race car driving this afternoon on a live stream.
No kidding.
One of the grandkids races these quarter midgets, and she's 10 years old.
Oh, nice.
And she was out racing, and they did a live stream from there.
We're doing that next weekend on Dogging It. We're expanding our horizons.
Well, he's got about a quarter ball of the 2 ball. I think you can see past the 9 there.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how this shot turns up right after Jayson's opener last rack, where the 2 was similarly covered.
Yeah, with that, the way they're using that cut break, the way the cue ball's going back and forth from side to side, and everything's crossing in its path.
It gets bumped a lot.
And you don't really have control, and you're racking the balls randomly, so you have to check to see. You're playing the one on the side, so you have to check to see where the 2 ball might go.
Ooh, that ball was makeable. And he could see enough of it, and he hung it in the corner.
Well, Jayson better get to work because He's got 2 games, but his opponent is only 2 games away from closing it out.
Melina Mike's in the chat. He wants me to tell the Super Billiards Expo story. Not tonight, Melina. We got too much pool yet to be played in this tournament for that story to come out.
Yeah, it's a little tricky to get back up here for this 4 ball.
Yeah, look at this. He got behind a 7. Ooh.
There you go. It's a little tricky. I would have not been drawing that ball. I would have been following and trying to come up, even if I had to come up to the left short side for the right-hand corner.
Can he pocket this? Yeah, he
Yes.
can. Not a problem. Hey, Lewis, pocket size 4.5 standard diamonds.
And you know, one of the things about that is I've seen a lot of some of the other streams, and people are chatting away how, these guys should be playing on 4-inch pockets and this, that, and the other. We've been treated to some very exciting 9-ball matches because of the pocket size, because the beauty of pool is not snooker, number one, but the beauty of pool is to watch these guys be offensive and to be able to close gaps like this 6-game gap that he has. Or 5-game gap.
I don't know, George.
You don't. You like the smaller pockets for these guys.
Well,
I like watching them go for shots like he just made right now.
Yeah, but I mean, they make it look so easy that, in some ways, that I think that kind of hurts our game a little bit. They just. I get that people want to see offense, but I can't tell you how many posts I read today of really good players who were like, "Hey, I played great. I just didn't get any opportunities. I lost 9-2." Because once a player gets on a roll, we saw it with Alex jumping out 7-2, and now Jayson gets this game within 10 minutes. He could be back to 7-7.
Well, coming from someone I know pretty darn well, he says that the players don't like the 4-inch pockets. The pros, they don't like it.
I don't know about that. It seems like as you go up in skill level, maybe it's an ego thing, but all the really good players talk about how they want to play on the tighter equipment.
I actually like the 4 1/4, but I'm beginning to see the value for a fan base to get it out there to people that aren't really pool fanatics. And I think the bigger pockets is a way to go because they're running more balls. It's more exciting.
What does the chat think? Does the chat think that the pros
there you go.
Do you guys think the pros should play on a tighter table where it calls for, not as, and I like to use this word lightly, not as much freewheeling? Or do you guys like it loose where they're running racks after racks and it's kind of duck, goose? What do you guys prefer?
And a good example of that would be watching Joshua Filler.
Before the answers start coming in, Caleb says he plays great on 7-inch pockets.
But Filler looks like he's freewheeling.
It don't matter what table you put him on, he looks like he's freewheeling, though.
That is true.
We made the comment during the one pocket that it was almost disrespectful the way he was playing because there were shots that came up and he's just like, yeah, I'll just cut this ball in and run 8, and he just was doing it time and time again.
Well,
here, this is an interesting one. I guess I'll go down to the bottom here.
All the way
or
down
the top, yeah.
It's going to come up and not leave him a shot.
Nice. No, he's okay.
No, he's perfect.
Just like that. 10 minutes might be too long, Joey, for your comeback. He's those boys are moving around that table.
Well, this gets it to 4-7 once he pockets this 9-ball.
Nice.
Jayson Shaw closes the gap to 3.
That's 2 in a row.
That was a break and run, so he's looking to put a package together here.
So we're getting kind of mixed deal on the pockets from what I'm seeing. I'm seeing 4-inch pockets, 4 1/4, 4.5 is too big.
Well, here's my thought, Chris. You have to. Okay, I completely understand why at this event you have 4.5-inch pockets. When you have 400 and some players in every tournament, a lot of them, for all intents and purposes, are dead money. They're not going to win the event, but they want the experience of going there and competing in it. And you play games like one pocket and banks that can get pretty strategic, and you're pushing balls around the table. You have to have the games played at a good pace, at a good clip. But then when you get to the top echelon player, like you're seeing here, it almost looks like this is a Valley Bar box.
Oh, yeah. Joe Chapman says if it was 4-inch pockets, the final would be on Tuesday. And then Freddie says, I like the tighter pockets for 9-ball, but they have to play banks and 9-ball and 1 pocket. So obviously,
same point.
It just works for all the games, really.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Freddie
Agnier.
That's the corner man. I used to do a lot of commentary with him for CSI and the Pro Billiard Series in Vegas at the Rio. He also is a cue specialist. He knows more about cues that you and I will ever know.
Jayson breaks dry here, and once again, the opening shot looks like the incoming player can see half the ball. Looks like Alex is looking at a push option here. The only side of the one he can hit puts the one on the opposite side of the table of all the balls. So there's not a whole lot of cover.
There's no jump cues. There's no jump shot. Where do you push to? You
got to be real careful. He's looking over there where he can get half of the ball by the 6, and then that way he could bank the 1 down into traffic if it gets given back to him. Like anywhere that out in the clear here, like if he were to push into the 7-ball, Jayson would just pocket the 1 and run out. So he has to be very careful here. What about pushing up? Okay, let's see what he does here. He's going to leave a kick off this push, I think.
I'm just being quiet because I want to see exactly what one of the most strategic players in the world does with a shot like this.
Do you think he pushed it too far where Jayson can make this ball?
He'd have to put a lot of left-hand karate on it.
He could bank in the top right corner.
I'll tell you what, if he does try to take it on with a lot of swerve here, he might be able to get it. He can kind of dig into the cue ball a little, almost put a masse on it. But I think maybe the play for Jayson, I wonder if he could bank it right back down the center over like where the spot is. It looks like he has a good angle for that. He's got to watch the scratch, though.
As I see this, if I can hit the right side of the 1, I'm banking it at the 8-ball.
Yeah, the cue ball behind a 9. Look at this shot. Cue ball behind a 9.
And Joey, I got a question. Michael Moore asks, so they're not allowed to jump. My question to that is, I know they're not allowed to use a jump cue. Are they allowed to jump with a full cue?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So there's your answer, Michael. There's Michael Moore.
And he's going to roll up on top of the 5 here?
Yeah, he didn't hit that well, and that's very surprising. With that shot comes up a lot in one pocket, so I'm really surprised Alex didn't put him on the back of the orange 5 there.
It looked like he motioned that it may have rolled off.
Yeah. We've probably just addressed like 10 comments in the chat. D. Moback says, I don't think they're looking at the chat. We're looking at the chat. Trust me.
I'm not. I can't.
Well, Chris and I are for you.
I know. That's right. I did have a friend text me, says, I'm watching from Ohio, excuse me. And that was my same friend that I gave him a shout out for Santa Claus, Tim Yanko.
Oh, yeah. Jayson's in great shape here. Now, see, this is one of those cases where with the 4.5-inch pocket, this 5 in the side is very playable. when you get down to those really tight, like matchroom events where they have the 4-inch pockets, this side pocket shot is no gimme.
And it's things like that change the game. It changes it changes your patterns. It changes how it's played. It becomes more snooker-like.
Well, boys, this is getting a little tighter now. He's going to play this 8 rail first, I bet you. That'll allow him to work the cue ball way over to the right side of the table. Actually, maybe not.
He's just come straight into the middle. Yeah.
Okay.
Come right at the ball. Line shape.
I'm dogging it on the commentary tonight, guys. I'm batting like 300.
Well, when the angle coming out of that pocket, it didn't look like, like rail first looked good, actually, so I'm trying to say. I'm stumbling. It's that tequila, Chris. What do you think?
No comment. I have a Pepsi Cola and some cotton candy that I just stole from the kids.
Is that what that was? I can see Chris on a little window. This is on Google Meet, and I have a glass of water, and I have, there's the cotton candy, and then a little bit of a voice softener.
I tell you what, I've been really impressed with Google Meet. So just so you guys know how this is set up, we're catching a live feed coming from Derby City. All 3 of us in the commentary booth are sitting here in Arizona, and I'm bringing...
In different houses, by the way.
Yeah, different houses, and I'm bringing this up in our streaming software, and then I'm using Google Meets to bring in guest commentators. We had Greg Hogue from Red Door Den, we had Blaine Barkas from Texas, we had Daniel Snyder, we had Payne McBride. We had a whole bunch of people come in here and commentate with us this week. Chris Adams and George are with me now, George Teashea. And so in the Google Meet, I'm sharing the view that I have of the table and grabbing their audio. So it's really cool the way this is working, and I think it's definitely going to change pool streaming if they can pull this off at more events, because never, and this is us aside, never have I seen so many stream matches from Derby City.
No.
And I think most of those people are doing that. Federer's stream is also out of California, so got quite a few streamers doing the same thing.
Was that a dry break by Jayson?
Yes.
Yeah, there's 9 balls on the table.
This is round 9, I believe. Folks are asking.
It's round 9.
Yeah.
So my question has got to be that everybody at home's probably thinking too is, they say the tournament's going to end today. Obviously, there it's 10:15 p.m. We already know it's going to go. Let's just be generous and say round 12, maybe 13, because there's enough players left. What do you think they're going to do, Joey?
Well,
it depends on logistics. I don't know the implications for going deep into Sunday and additional costs and things like that. That could play a big factor as to how late they go tonight. But I think you, and George should commit to staying as absolutely long as we can and streaming matches all through the night.
If you guys want to see them, you guys will not believe. George said, no problem. No, he didn't. His head almost fell over. But I'm in with you, Joey.
I started falling asleep. Of course, Joey.
Especially you, Joey, since I know you got up around 5 a.m. to go watch soccer games this morning.
Yeah, we had soccer tournaments today. I went to 4 soccer games, so that's why we were late getting started. But I knew this was going to go late into the night, so I said, most people will be ready to tune in the evening, doing stuff, during a Saturday. And so we'll just go live tonight and kind of go as long as we can go.
What's funny is how many times do you see a guy play a shot and his position that he wants to play for the next shot is exactly where the cue ball already is?
Yeah, he's going to go inside English here on this ball.
Just slight, right? Get on the bottom side.
Yeah,
shoot the 7 down here in the corner on the bottom side.
Yeah, yesterday we had Damian Pompanek in here from Jam Up, and he was talking about how he prefers using inside English on these shots quite a bit. I know it makes it a little tougher to make the ball sometimes, but it is the easiest path to get to that ball.
And that was...
It looks like he's going to stop the cue ball right where he's at. Shoot it in that left corner.
Sure.
You know, I'm going to start blocking people. I'm channeling my Molina Mike. They come in here for a free stream and start complaining. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Gary.
I didn't stop.
All right, Alex. About to get to the hill.
Yeah, it's just hard to make mount a comeback against this guy right here. You just have to be perfect. You can't give an opening because he will not give you a second up to the table. And
we're on the hill, boys.
8-4.
Yeah, I think
8-5.
when you think about Alex and
no,
his...
it's 8-4. 5. You're right. Sorry.
I got 8-4.
It's 8-5. He had a break and a run out, and
No.
Jayson has 5.
I'm pretty sure.
No, I think one of the other streamers may have marked a score at the same time or something. Something's got double.
I'm going off my manual score. I've got him at 5.
You got him at 5? Okay.
Yep.
Sorry.
Sure do.
Okay. George says 5.
And he's going to trust me.
If
I'm
we
pretty
screwed
sure
it
it's
up,
blame it on me. I'll take it.
Oh, you know what? One of the other streamers is messing with the score again.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
That's what I think happened, guys.
There we go.
You know what, guys? It's probably Gary's fault. He messed it up.
Yeah, Gary.
I can't find Gary's comment. Darn.
It's not worth repeating.
Okay.
1.1K viewers live on Facebook right now.
That's awesome.
Well,
You think he can pocket this one ball here? Looks like he can. It looks like he's playing
or
it.
he's playing safe.
It looks like he's playing
so.
safe from here, but he's not.
We talked the other day about just how aggressive these top players are, that they run into shots like that, and some players would just freeze them on the back of the 9. But if it's go time, if they think they can get out, they're going. Look at this to the short side, or is he going to get right on top of the 3?
No, he's not. He's not going to get there.
Well, he'll just bank it in and run out.
Straight back.
I think he is going to bank it.
Yes, he will.
It's a two-way shot.
It was one way all the way.
But yeah.
Well, I don't see any problems here. 7 leads right to the 8, which is nice.
I actually see a huge problem. His opponent's on the hill.
Look at this shot. Is he going to get there? He's going to have a cut shot.
I'm surprised he didn't come to the short side of it.
Short side underneath it, right, George?
It was perfect. Yeah, the way it laid, it was perfect.
He's fine.
But that's Jayson Shaw, 704, Mr. 714.
So I don't know if an announcement has been made. Somebody's asking what Shaw is using, but I believe he is using a white carbon shaft. That's the brand that Federer just switched to.
And one of the other streams,
oh my gosh! Holy mackerel!
Streams, I looked it up I looked him up. I googled him and stuff, see what he was using, and Wikipedia was adamant that he was using. I forget what it is now.
Well, he just left Perry cues.
Yes, we know he left Perry, and he was. Well, the thing about it is, I can just do it all over again and see if I can get the same result, because I'm sure they haven't updated.
Well, Keith Paradise in the chat says white carbon with a Viking butt, which I think is the same that Federer's using right now as well. How ironic, right? The biggest rivalry that you'll find in pool right now. All the woofing for the Mosconi Cup just seems that those two, they faced off at the Hanoi Open. There's been a lot of talk back and forth between those two. You know they want to beat each other every single time they play. And now it appears they're using the exact same equipment for the most part.
Well, I guess
Lewis Kim asked the question, did Efren the GOAT Reyes join the tournament? That is a negative. He did not play this year. There is some talk that he will be playing an event in the States here shortly, but he did not play in the Derby this year. Is that correct, right, Joey?
That is correct.
Yeah, they say he's coming to Buffalo's. But Wikipedia says that Jayson Shaw uses a Mucci pool cue.
That's not true.
That's kind of what I thought. But
Wikipedia is not always right, but it is a pretty good source.
They're not always up to date either because things change.
Oh, look at this. The cue ball was headed right towards the side pocket. It hits the one right before it falls into the pocket, tracks up towards the corner, and then just avoids going in the corner pocket. Does not appear, unless he swerves this ball and maybe rail first the two, that he has an offensive shot on the two. He may elect to push here. Not a whole lot of good pushing options, though.
Well, we are in a time right now in pool where several of the top players that have been sponsored by cue manufacturers have all changed over. Federer did it. Shaw did it. FSR. Who else has changed over? Al-Qaeda.
Yeah, a lot of the Predator players have left this year. It just seems like maybe a cycle was up for a lot of these players. And I think it's a good thing, really, George, because I think it's showing players now are getting more exposure. They're getting more social media attention. Some, like Federer, are making money on social media. And they're demanding more, I think, from some of these sponsors, which is a good thing, right? They're top players in the world. You wouldn't see, like, Rafael Nadal get an offer where you get 10 tennis rackets a year to sell. Like, they're demanding more from the sponsors, and I think that's why they're leaving and going for more lucrative deals, which I think is great for the sport.
I totally agree, Joey. What's happening, and this is by design, by a couple of big entities here in pool, is the players are building a brand. The player is building his own brand.
Yep.
And people are getting behind them. They're getting a fan base. And that's exactly why they're changing. That's exactly, they're looking out for themselves. Things are changing right now in pool. And I'll tell you, they're changing for the better in every way.
So here he's faced with a real tough task because even if he plays the cue ball down towards that top rail, he'll leave Alex a bank, and we know how Alex banks balls, right? So if he does do a push, he really doesn't have much other than that unless he's going to do one of those pushes like Alex did where he gives up half a ball, so maybe roll softly into the 4-ball up here. But then that rail first option's available, so he doesn't really have anything good at all to push. We might see him try to kick behind this 2-ball if he can get the cue ball between the 5 and 9 and maybe try to play it up between the 3 and 8.
I actually like that a lot, Joey. That's exactly what I was looking at.
It's tough, though, George. It's real tough.
It is. It looks like he can only hit like just a hair to the left of the first diamond on the top rail there. And if that's the case, he's got to put a lot of spin on it. And you put spin on it, you're adding speed, and now you can't hold the cue ball.
Yeah, and one of the commenters there, astute observation, says it looks like he's wanting to go rail first, but he's concerned about this scratch. And it does look like he's looking at that right now.
Yeah. If personally, if from the angles I can see, I would try the masse like he's trying and try to make the ball.
Nice shot.
There like that, and take that risk of scratching in the corner.
Man, that's a big shot right there at 8-6.
Sure is.
That's a fantastic shot.
Highlight reel. Keep in mind, Jayson was trailing 6-1.
Yeah, some folks are asking me what chat I'm reading. I have a consolidated chat from our 2 Facebook sites where this is live streamed right now, as well as YouTube. So you may be watching on Facebook and say, well, where did you see that comment? Well, likely I got it from YouTube or the other Facebook site. So I did have it earlier on the side of the screen where you could see it up on the screen, but then I had some comments saying, doesn't really add value, so take it down. He wanted to twist this a little more, I think, and get a little more straight in on this 8.
He'd be okay. He'll just shoot it down to the corner and come across for the 8 for the 9 in the same corner.
Just got to watch the point here. It's a big point.
What a shot.
Yeah.
Makes it look so easy. I mean, is there another player that makes it look easier than Jayson Shaw?
Well, it's 7-8.
I think Filler tries to make it look pretty easy.
Yeah, I think that's the only one, right? And even as great as Federer is, and I love watching him play, he's a little more deliberate, takes his time a little more, lines up the angles a little more. But Jayson and Filler, they're just free. It looks like they're freewheeling all the time.
I almost thought you were going to give another one of those human speeches again. It's not human.
Yeah.
Pretty soon, every pool player we watching is not going to be.
And nobody go to Alex at Derby City and tell him that I said if he was an ordinary human, he'd be able to reach this ball. That was terrible.
Well, he isn't ordinary. He's very talented.
Yeah.
Very talented.
You might change the word human to pool player, athlete, something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Big break coming up here.
Yeah, let's see if Jayson can pull off a big break. Myself, I'm kind of pulling for Alex as a bit of an underdog here playing rotation. But I certainly want to see Jayson win this game because what's better than a hill thriller?
A 9-pack right from the get-go?
No, not better for me.
You don't like that?
I'd rather have hill.
Well, Alex won the 9-ball here at Derby City in 2013. He won the bank pool in 2011. He won the 1 pocket in 2015.
Uh-oh, cue ball.
Terrible kiss.
Oh, what a kiss.
Yeah. Wow.
Alex has a chance to close it out now.
There you go.
And you know what? The pool gods came back to get Jayson Shaw for that scratch that Albin had against him in Hanoi, if you remember that one. Hill at Hanoi in the finals, and Albin with a beautiful break, everything sitting up perfectly, and a slight kiss on the cue ball near the side pocket, and it goes right in, and Jayson runs out for the win.
Well, one of the things about rotation pool or even 8-ball, the control of the table changes hands at the break. I think most of the time. If it's going to change hands, it changes there or a leak safety. I've seen Alex get benefited by a scratch on a break. In fact, there's a guy in the chat, Freddie Agnew, was sitting right next to me when they're playing at Griff's, and Shane breaks and scratches playing 8-ball in a hill game, and Alex gets to run out. That would have been Shane's second 8-ball in a row, or third, I think it was, and he already had 3 10-balls in a row.
Yeah.
And it benefited Alex, and we've seen it time and again. It just seems that when you think the guys get home free with a break and a run out, up jumps the devil.
So, guys, he's taken a lot of time here considering this 4 to the 5, which seems to be the key to this rack, right? If he can get into a good position on the 4 to where he can get the cue ball back down table for the 5 and avoiding that traffic there with the 6, 7, 9, he'll be in good shape here. And he knows that, which is why he's taken so much time thinking about this. He wants to ensure the right placement on the 3 ball so he can get to exactly where he wants on the 4 ball. So he's kind of really taking his time to think about this. Is he thinking to move the 6 ball here? Maybe he is, because if he moves the 6 ball, then position is so natural from the 4 to the 5. No,
I think it would be crazy to move it.
Yeah, you don't want to touch any
You
balls
did see
here.
him look at that, though, and speculate if the cue ball hits the 6. I did see him look at that.
You know, as good as Alex plays the 15 ball ghost, this just seems so routine for him. So with a little bit of pressure, it's going to be interesting to see how he handles it the rest of this game.
Well, actually, Freddie Agner makes a good point. Alex is one of 2 players to win all 3 disciplines here at Derby City. The other player was Fedor Gorst.
Looks like he's coming straight high English back up the table here. Just like this. But did he get over enough?
Oh, he
How's
got
the speed?
I
You
would
know,
have liked to roll about 4 more inches.
he's going to need a bridge for this shot, guys.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
100%.
getting the bridge. You know, I mentioned the other day that Alex was in Canada playing a bunch of snooker, and it seemed like he was shooting with the bridge quite a bit, you know, in a lot of his videos. So I think he's really comfortable with this bridge.
Well, Chris, I've heard of Alex matching up with good players, solid players.
Uh-oh.
using
Where's
the
cue
bridge
ball?
full
Where's
time.
cue ball?
Uh-oh.
Trouble.
Oh, boy.
Trouble.
Guys, I think there goes the run out. I don't think he can back cut this ball in any way, shape, or form.
So now,
If he can, he's going to cut it, though.
well, this man is very creative and very accurate when it comes to shots like this.
Yeah.
I don't even think that's possible to cut. It's obviously we'd need to be down looking at the balls, but from this angle, oof.
He just looked up and said, "Me not happy."
You know, if he can beat the scratch, I think he's going to shoot it.
Well,
What if he can't cut this ball? Would you consider banking this ball straight back to this bottom left-hand corner? Would you even consider that?
Well, where's the cue ball going to go? You have
Stun
to do
over
a lot
to the
with
other
cue
rail
ball.
and back out to the middle of the table.
Yeah, I mean,
see, the sad part here is I'd want to keep the cue ball to the left of the 7 ball so that maybe the 7 ball comes into play on the 6. But he's shooting the 6 ball to a wide open table on the right. So he's up a creek here. He's going to have to be here's where his creativity is going to serve him.
well, if you're going to, George, if you're going to play it safe here, what do you do?
Well, that's just it. I want to watch Alex. I want to learn from Alex here. I don't know what to do here.
The only safe I like, really, I think the safe we might see him play if he does elect to play a safe is to bank the 6 kind of straight through the pocket between the 9 and the 7 with just judging the speed of the 6 to kind of land right on this bottom rail up here and hold the cue ball there and use the 7 as a blocker.
What about if you're going to make it easier, just bank it to about where his cue is on the rail and drag the cue ball over to the right?
I think he's looking at that, Chris.
He's
honestly.
looking at getting behind the 9, Chris.
Yep.
You're right.
Like
I'm not going to
banking,
lie. I waited till he got down on the ball.
like banking the 6.
No. He's
Now
been
he's-
looking. He's now take another look at this. So this 6 ball, if you look at it closely, he almost got down and shot it. It has a decent line for the right-hand corner pocket if you bank it.
He's
You
shooting the
can hold the
ball.
cue ball. He's shooting safe.
Look at this. Banked it right up in
He
that
lost the cue
pocket.
ball. No, he's perfect. Oh, he's left an open shot.
Well,
Well, I would be semi-happy. The fact that I didn't get it on a rail, the fact that I didn't get behind the ball is to leave the shot.
Do you guys think Jayson's for sure going here, right?
I think you have to.
Just make this ball and you win the game, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think there's a lot of risk, but there's a lot of reward as well. And I think Jayson will take this shot on. He's not the type of player that you would typically see play a safe on a makeable ball.
Well, if he cuts it to the left side, the left corner pocket, possibility of a scratch.
It
He
looks
cuts it
like
to
he
the
may
right
be
corner
playing safe,
pocket.
guys.
Yeah,
No,
it's,
he took it
oh,
on.
he went for it.
Oh wow.
Holy moly. He did fire at it.
Yes, he did.
Now it looks like Alex is in the driver's seat. Just keep your composure and pocket these 3 balls. He's a heavy favorite to do that. And this would be a big win for Alex Pagulayan. We all know what he can do in one pocket. We know what kind of player he is. And his rotation game, you'd have to think he's a pretty decent underdog to Jayson Shaw. But he's played a really solid match here, and I'm happy to see it.
And Jayson made a great comeback to get to where he's at. You know,
Sure did.
yeah.
Down 6
tough match.
up to 1.
Sometimes somebody has to lose. It makes it tough, but big W for Alex if he can get out these last 2 balls.
You know, I would kind of think he'd full stroke this ball and come 2 rails and shoot the 9 in the top left corner, but he just looked at the side pocket like he's just going to hit a stop shot and drift over or something. Or
You know,
maybe
he plays so much one pocket. I wouldn't doubt if he shot the 7 and the 9 in the same pocket.
I think he will. Wholehearted. I just every bit of me says he will.
There it is.
It lays natural, and
Yeah.
Alex he does everything natural.
I think George said that Alex is 45 years old. Someone's asking in the chat.
Yes. Yeah, he is. And Jason's 33.
Alex
There it is.
Pagulayan with a great victory. What a match that was, guys. Really fun. Thanks for sticking with us. Let's see if we can check out another match going on. Let's see. What else do we have here? Hang tight with me for a second, guys, and I'll see what I can find for you. Let's see.
1.5 on Facebook.
Yeah, we'll hang out 1.5. Let's see what we can see. How about a little Joshua Filler? And who is this? Raymond?
Oh, that's round 9. It's happening at the same time it's happening right now.
What do you mean?
And it probably is over by now.
No, I'm showing it, George.
Are you?
Yeah, look.
Okay.
George, you're on the wrong screen again.
I am. I'm on the match schedule trying to see what's available.
Oh, gosh.
Hang tight,
love
guys.
this.
Let me see if I can get a score. See if Molina's dropped dead yet or if he's still alive. I told him, hey, if you get home early enough, we can do a wrap-up show Sunday night. He said, yeah, I'll do it from my coffin.
Well, Roland Garcia is into the 10th round. Federgorst and Mishko are still battling. Torsten Homan is into the 10th round. Now, there's a sleeper. I haven't seen Torsten perform this well in big
Look at this
tournaments in
shot.
a long time.
Perfect.
Look at that shot.
Raymond has used his buyback.
Yes.
So it's not over. So let's find out the score. Anybody know the score in the chat? Let me see if I can find. This is table 16.
I wish they would use coins instead of swaying the light all the time.
Okay, I got a score, guys. 5-4. Raymond's up in this match, unless somebody's dogging it on the scorekeeping. Holy cow. This is kind of a surprise. I mean, Raymond's a good shooter, but he's a good 130 Fargo points or so below Joshua Filler.
And Joshua has been freewheeling in every discipline for the past 9 days. 8 days, I guess it is.
I think this is a dry break, guys.
It is dry, and he's got an open one ball.
We've said this before. I love the cooperation here to just like, hey, can I pick this ball up and move the rack? Sure. Somebody's saying the score isn't right. I did refresh it. So let me know what that score is if you know the score. If you know it's not right, let me know what the score is. Can't really get Molino on the horn right now.
I can't make out people's faces back there to see who I could text real quick and say, hey, what's the score? Plus, I probably wouldn't know anybody. De Leon came home. He wasn't feeling well at all. He forfeited his match because he wasn't feeling well.
I'll ask Pia.
There you go. You reached out to her a couple of days ago, didn't you? And she responded?
Yeah, she's great. We interviewed her on the show and really enjoyed that interview. Raymond's going for trying to get him behind a 7, but not going to work. And unfortunately, the 1 sits up. Somebody says the score's 5-5. Okay, so let me get that going. It's still...
It looks like there's still quite a big crowd at the Derby for the last night.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised we haven't had Molina Mike tune in from the rafters as he's been all week.
Oh, this is 8-7, Josh, guys. That's what Pia says.
Okay. And in that case, Raymond has released the Kraken.
Real hard for us to come in on a match that's been playing when we have to kind of guess the score.
Well, the one good thing about that, though, Chris, is we get to watch what Filler does with this last rack. He's on the hill. He doesn't want Raymond to get on the hill.
You think Georgie's going to put the cue ball right into the 9? Yeah.
Yep,
it leaked. Right, I think it leaked.
And not enough.
I don't know if Raymond can get any edge on this 2 ball coming in. He's looking at it like he can.
Raymond either played beside himself or Joshua is exhausted.
The balls are lined up almost like a drill. Do you see it?
Yeah, but on a drill, you usually take ball in hand to start.
Guys, I just want to thank you for tuning in. This is Joey Ryan from Dogging It on Windows Open and also Dogging It on YouTube. I'm joined with by George Teashea in the booth, as well as Chris Adams, both out of Arizona. This is Derby City Classic 2024 9-ball action. We're getting real deep in the tournament, round 9, I believe. And Joshua Filler is on the hill, 8-7 over very good player from Florida, Raymond Lenarz. I believe Raymond's a 2-time college champion. I think he's also won the U.S. Amateur. Or maybe I have that backwards. Maybe he won that 2 times and was the college champion once. I'm not sure. It looks like he's shooting at this like he can get a piece of this 2 ball.
It looks like the way he looked at it, Joey, he might be able to make this ball.
Yeah. What a shot. Wow. What a shot at this moment.
Wow.
What a shot. He's got it. Okay, this is one of these where you're running out of table. You make a shot like that, you have to take advantage of it. You will be so sick if you don't get out here.
Well, usually, in many cases, players miss the shot after a great one.
Stop it, George.
That's why
I
we
don't want.
That's
I
why
don't want to test him, but I don't think he will.
Let's keep the negativity out of the booth, George.
Look how good he hit this ball. The problem is, I don't think the 5-ball goes by the 9 for the same pocket.
He's going to play it in the right side, George.
There you go.
He's got a nice little angle to do it, too.
I was looking for someplace to play that other than that corner.
Guys, huge shout out to our sponsors. You see Premier Billiards up at the top, Prentice Custom Cues, JB Cases, Hal Tips, Hard Times Billiards Cafe, Lucasi Cues, and Franco Custom Cues.
Keep going, Joey. I know there's more.
There is. I was just pausing for this moment. Also, you'll notice on the right-hand side of the screen down the bottom, these are the sponsors that are giving you this live, free live stream. So we got Paco's Garage Door Installation and Repair. He's in West Texas. Digital Pool. We got the Break Room in Fairbanks, Alaska. We Play Billiards out of Arizona. Jay Flowers, Q's, and let's see, one or two more. Oh, Michelle Griffin, Realtor out of Kentucky. But she has a nationwide network, so make sure to hit her up. Let's see what Raymond does on this 5. Nice shot. Tell you what, he looks dialed in, guys.
Is he going to come around for this shot? For the 7?
The way he hit
what, George?
Go ahead.
I think he's looking at just slow rolling it in, or rather than come around, I think he could just draw it to the top rail and back down.
I like that shot. That way you're sure you strike the ball well, strike it at the right angle, and hit it with a little bit of pace, cue ball off that top rail and come out 3 or so feet. So you have a nice shot on a 7. It looks like he is cueing that way, Chris. Nice shot.
Very, very well done, as you guys pointed out. Just get some.
Now, can he just draw this back a few inches off the rail and play it in the side?
Yeah, he can pinch it like that. He may not choose to do that. He might just stun over a little and shoot it in the corner. But yeah, I like that shot. If you're in gear like he appears to be, you just kind of pinch it down the rail. It's a little bit of a touch shot, and then pull the cue ball back slightly, and you'll have the 8, and you'll be on the right side of the 8 too.
Just a hair bottom right. It looks like he's aiming with low English there when he's getting down.
Big shot.
See Josh
Nerves are raging.
And now that's easy. I mean, I say it's easy, but considering the circumstances, little left English, cut the ball on the side, and just pocket speed to cue ball release and have an easy shot on the 9 to the right-hand corner.
You know, I find on these shots, if you just use a touch of low, you can kind of kill the cue ball a little bit because, it looks like he's going to the corner? No, the side.
No, he's going to the corner, but you know what he might do is he might just draw it 2 rails.
No, he's going to the side. Yeah.
Yeah, draw it 2 rails, yeah. I like that too.
I think there's a consensus in the booth that we like that shot.
Everybody likes that shot.
He really liked that shot too.
He probably likes that one right there to make it feel a lot better.
Look at all the people in the background clapping too. This is a story right here. If Raymond can get this win, this is a big, big win.
And not only that, this may be the deepest anyone's gone against Joshua.
Maybe, actually. Raymond does not have a buyback. Joshua does. This gives hope to a lot of those players, those up-and-coming players out there around the 700 level, like Raymond.
What's Raymond's Fargo again, Joey?
I think it's 704. And obviously Joshua's like 844, I think. It's highest in the world. And the way we've seen Josh play in this tournament in all the games has just been unbelievable. But if you hang in there and you play well and some things go your way, you can be right there at the end. And Raymond's proved that. He's got a chance to break and run for this set. Yeah, yes, he is from Florida. Nobody said Texas.
Somebody wrote, "Everybody loves Raymond." I love it.
I was in a few tournaments with Raymond when I lived in Florida, but we never actually played against each other. Little fist bump there. Like to see that.
Big break right here. We're looking for the one ball in the side pocket. Let's keep an eye on the cue ball at the same time.
All right, here we go. Big break right here, guys. Cue ball.
Oh, wow.
Cue ball was tracking right towards the side, but the one was hanging in the pocket, and he pockets the one. Kind of looked like the cue ball would have hit the point anyway and maybe not gone in. But now he's got to earn this.
Yeah, let's see. Is this combo go? Or excuse me, I thought that's the 5 ball. I'm sorry,
That's the
guys.
5 ball. He's got to cut the 2 ball. Depending on how comfortable he feels, he could cut this with extreme inside English and maybe come back and play into the 7 ball to free up the 5 for later in the rack, because the 4 is a hanger in the side. That's what I'd be looking to do here. It's a little aggressive. Not a whole lot can go wrong, though, because the angle you'll be coming into the 7 or the 5, it shouldn't be enough to make the cue ball roll behind the 5 if it contacts the 7. But let's see what happens here.
Looks like you might have to hold it up, Joey.
I just don't want to see a scratch off the 7 to the side if he does. Oh,
He went up table, and look at this.
oh wow.
Oh,
Josh has
Joey,
got to be sick right now.
Fortuitous roll, as they say.
Look, Josh isn't even getting up. He's like just flabbergasted.
You know, it's still not easy, even with ball in hand, in the event that Josh did not hit this ball. It still would be a tough out.
I tell you what, the way he put him behind this 8 ball, it doesn't appear to be an easy hit either.
It's a great.
Yeah. Go ahead, George.
I was going to say it's a crazy angle off the side rail on the right. It's a very wide angle.
And I think that's all he has. Either 1 or 2 rails into it from here.
I agree.
Or do you like to go 2 rails and come into the bottom rail into the 2 and try to create separation? Or do you like just trying to kick that ball in?
I like just trying to kick the ball in.
Wow, he's going to have to curve this ball, guys.
He did.
Hits the 4 in the face, and it's going to leave a shot on the 2.
Distance.
Now, Raymond didn't look too comfortable on that 2-ball shot that he had before. He didn't cut it nearly enough. Now he's left with another cut shot. Let's see if he hits this one a little cleaner.
He's definitely, think about it. Put yourself in his shoes from home. He's definitely, no matter how good he's played this whole match, this one game, the circumstances are so high to win this game, especially he doesn't have another life left. You know, this is it. He's got to feel it.
Yeah.
It's definitely.
Well, Joshua didn't do all that bad. He moved the 4 ball, so now that makes that going from the 4 to the 5 is not the easiest thing in the world anymore.
What you guys cannot see is I have a little better view of this. Behind the table, there's probably a good 75 people crowded around watching. And trust me, Raymond's feeling the heat. So's Joshua here.
Nice shot.
He's going to have another cut shot on the 4 or a safety behind the 6.
I'm going for the cut shot, and I'm sending that cue ball right at the 5-7.
I don't think the safe. I think it'd be hard to play that safe, Joey, just because of the scratch. Seems.
You'd have to finesse it for sure.
Well, but
it's just an extreme cut here. And what you see happen sometimes on these, I agree with George, you got to go toward the 5-7, but sometimes you hit it a little thinner than you want maybe, and you miss the 5-7 and scratch. He's looking at that right now, I think.
I'm left-handed, and when I shoot this shot. I tend to actually get a little outside English on it and scratch towards the side or run into those balls, the 8 and the 9 area. So
I think it lays almost natural with just a hint of right-hand English.
One thing's for sure, there's a lot of drama in this rack right here. There's nothing
Yes, there is.
straightforward.
This is one of his biggest wins of his career.
So he's putting left English on it. So it looks like he's going to come back up, down towards us here at the bottom of the table. Just
Right into the 7. He missed it. But I tell you what, guys, this combination does not look bad. And he got perfect on it. Fortunately, I mean, he wasn't trying for the combination. He was trying to bump the 7. But to me, it looks like if he hits the 5 straight on, it's pretty dead.
You know something, Joey? Maybe you saw the combination. I never did till he went by it. Then I looked, well, wait a minute. This could go in the corner. And you called it. Perfect.
At this point in the match against Joshua Filler, you got to take this on. You got to go for it.
Oh, definitely.
it's an opportunity to win the match.
It is.
I think it's Jen. I think he makes it.
Well, I don't see a better safe. I mean, you can play safe, obviously, but I don't see an easier safe than the shot.
No. Nothing that's just lock up where you're guaranteed to get back to the table against Filler.
Now, see, here is where those 4.5-inch pockets really come into play.
That is true, George.
Yeah, Chris, somebody in the chat, Freddie says, you thought this combo was on when it was the 1 ball.
Yeah, I liked it when I thought. See, I want to see him make this ball right here.
He did.
Oh, wow. And he got perfect.
And there's
for
a
the guys
ton.
at home, with the software we're using, I'm seeing a screen that's like 4 inches by 6 inches. And sometimes I've been known to mistake the 1 for the 5. But
I tell you what, an interesting scenario just developed because he is not going to be able to move this cue ball off the rail. See, to beat someone like Joshua Filler, it's never going to be easy. And he's going to have to come with a shot here because this cue ball after the 5 ball is going to be right on the rail. So what's very important here is to pick the right angle that you want to be able to work with a high inside ball on the 6 ball so that you can get on the 8.
come around 3 rails.
Yeah, he's looking at it right now. Like, do I want to be here? Do I want to be there? Where do I want to be? So I'm most comfortable shooting this ball with some right hand spin so that I can get over toward that 8 ball. Preferably a rounded 3 rails would be beautiful. Or come in behind it and maybe shoot it up in the corner or the side. Let's see what happens here.
It looks like he's just punching the ball, like, a soft little stop.
Nice shot.
Oh, he's done a good job of getting off the rail enough to use that spin, Joey, you're talking about.
He really did.
Yes. What a great shot. It looked so simple, but it wasn't that easy to get that far off the rail.
He actually has some options now, George, where he can dig the cue ball a little if he wanted to. But in that case, if you're drawing, kind of coming out 1, maybe 2 rails with a draw shot, you're risking a scratch in the side or you're risking coming off the 8. I still like hitting this with inside English and trying to come around these balls.
Even if you bump the ball, generally you're probably going to get a shot on the 8. If you bump, the only thing that could, I don't want to put the commentator curse on him, but the only thing that could go bad is if you bumped like the low side of the 9 and the cue ball followed it and stayed, the cue ball stayed behind the 9. So yeah, I like your shot, Joey. I would rather have an opportunity at the next ball versus, dropping the cue ball in the side pocket by accident.
I tell you what, it looks like he's not thinking that. It looks like he's thinking kind of stabbing this with some low left, maybe and trying to come between these balls. Did you see where he just pointed?
Well, I've watched him use inside English quite a bit and use it very well. I love the right-hand spin here.
I think he's
get underneath it and come around for the 8.
I love all these people in the chat complaining that he's playing slow. You're about to beat the best player in the world, running out the last rack. Give him a break.
And it's not been easy either.
No.
Come on, Raymond.
Almost 150 points over his Fargo.
Look at this. He's going to bump it.
Yeah, we thought that could happen doing that.
Well, like we said, it's never easy.
Well, I'd rather have this shot than watch Josh Fielder come to the table.
That's true. Now, does he cut it in the side or does he cut it in the corner? To me, the bank is out of the question for me. I'm cutting this ball one way or the other. I like, depending, it looks like it's an easier cut to the corner, but the cue ball's tracking away from the 9 in that case. It looks like
the 9's accessible. The 9's
Would you ever consider just playing safe here?
No, not me.
Never. Only against Chris Adams would I play safe. Just kidding, Chris.
Here we go. It looks like he's cutting it to the bottom, or excuse me, the top left corner from our view.
So much drama on this shot.
The cue ball is going to be tracking back and forth.
Overcut it. But look where he left it.
Look at this.
Josh is sick again. Although Josh has a decent safety here. He can thin the left-hand side of the ball and bring the cue ball back up the table, but he's not happy about it. He's not even getting out of his chair right now.
Is he looking around?
He's talking to Pia.
He's letting Pia know, I need your help.
He got up and clapped. He's stretching out his back. He's like, why? Why are the pool gods doing this to me?
Well, you guys are thinking I'm crazy, but I'm kicking this. I'm going to try to kick this ball in.
No way, George.
Way.
I'm not kicking the ball in.
I'll bet you 100 he doesn't, George.
Hey, you guys aren't allowed to gamble. Wait a minute. I want in on Joey's side.
I actually had this shot come up one time in a tournament against Tom Neal at Main Street in Tucson, and I kicked it. I attempted to kick it in. I thought I hit it perfect, and the ball hung up. Lost the match.
See? Exactly why you shouldn't kick it.
I like somebody says 4 rails, 100%.
Yeah, right.
Ben, you know who that is? That's Ben Sutherland, the guy who sold me out last night. I'm done with it. You know what? 4 rails almost wouldn't be bad. I would probably never do it. But the cue ball could run around the table, and it could come up safe. I think the more realistic shot is to try and clip the left edge of the 8 ball and come up table, which is still tough.
Yeah, even if you hit it fat, though, it could get behind the 9 ball. Let's see.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, he's going to leave a hanger. He left a hanger.
I think this should be... This is where the pressure, even though you had it a few seconds ago, you thought you messed up. I don't think there's as much pressure as there was the rest of this rack now.
Yeah, no, he's fine. He's just going to hit this with inside English, pop back out. Oh, no, he went around.
Oh, he went around, huh?
Oh,
Josh concedes. What a win by Raymond Lenarz. Wow.
Wow is all we have to say.
Wow, unbelievable. Congratulations to Raymond Lenarz.
Kick it in. Now, see, look, now he was considering the kick in. Hello.
And he did exactly what you did at Main Street Billiards, George.
He did exactly what I did. And you know the sad part is, these are 4.5-inch pockets at Main Street back then when this happened. They were 5-inch pockets, and I still hung it up.
Let's see what we can find out there. Alex and Roberto goofing off on table 5.
But Alex is showing him what he should have done.
Let's see.
Alex is showing Roberto what
Fielder should have done.
What Fielder could have done. If you leave it here for a second, Joey.
Oh, really?
Yeah, watch this. He's showing the double kiss.
It was further. Oh, he went rail first.
No, that was Roberto, I think.
Yeah, Roberto went rail first. But he put it out further than it was. It was closer to the pocket, I think.
Look at these guys.
Look,
that's
look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, this is simple, but boink, boink. Hello, goodbye.
That wouldn't have worked.
Nobody likes that shot.
Oh,
Nobody
that's funny. That shot. All right, let's see if we can find something here.
Okay, this guy here is going to try it too. Don't know who it is. Let me see where he's got it. Get out of the way, Roberto.
Okay, here we go. What do I want to see here? Table what?
And there's Roland Garcia.
Let's see what's going on 7. Nope, that match is over. Is that
It looks like
Vitali?
there's a
I
match
see.
on-
That's
it looks like
Vitali
there's a match-
Patsuda.
Let's see where Vitali is.
It looks like there's a
Vitali-
match right next door, Joey.
Yeah, so that would be 8, I think.
Yeah, in round 9, he still had a buyback.
Guys, we're just going to keep this stream going as long as we can. Okay, so this is all out of whack. Give me 1 second, guys. We'll have to figure out. It looks like he may be practicing. What do you think?
I'm
yeah.
checking the. I'm not there. I don't see Vitali on the schedule. That's because this needs to update.
Yeah, you got to hit refresh on that.
Just did, yeah.
Yeah, he's not in a match, Joey. He just took ball in hand after his break.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like we're kind of between matches right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pius Labutis and BJ Ussery are on the feature table right now, apparently. We checked in on table 7, which was supposed to be David Alcady and Danny Olson. That one's finished. Federgorst and Naoki Oi on 5. That one finished. Not sure who won. So, yeah, we're going to have to wait for the next round. So, guys, we're going to stop the stream, and we will be back with the next round. At least I will. I don't know if George and Chris can hang with me, but I will be back for the next round.
I'll be here, Joey. I'll be here.
Awesome. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Thanks to our sponsors. And make sure you hit the follow, subscribe, like, share, all that on Dogging It on YouTube and Windows Open on Facebook. Thanks, guys.